In the first half of the last century, a famous American, Horace Mann, composed a want ad. It read, "Lost, yesterday, somewhere between sunrise and sunset, 2 golden hours, each set with 60 diamond minutes. No reward is offered, for they are gone forever." Time. Of all our priceless commodities, time alone is distributed equally to us all. At this very moment, no one has more minutes in his hour, more hours in his day, or more days in his week than you. But how you spend each one of your minutes, your hours, your days, is as different from the way the next man spends them as day is from night. It can mean the difference between success and failure. Time is your most valuable commodity. It's your stock in trade. Yet the amount of time you can spend face-to-face with prospects, with the men and women who, in the long run, can make or break you, is all too often limited by many other activities which crowd your day or steal time from it. Just for a moment, let's look around us. Do you recognize this man? It takes him time to get his selling motor warmed up in the morning. Oh, he does pretty well when he gets ahead of steam up. But those first morning hours, well, it's just not civilized to get going that early. Or this man. He's a slave to the clock. Always busy, but he can't seem to find enough time to do all the things he has to do. But then you can only juggle just so many prospects at one time. This one, he often plays prospect card solitaire. While he's deciding what move to make next, the day just seems to slip away from him. Or perhaps this man. There are interruptions, but then a good joke is worth hearing. Besides, he has time now. It's not one of his busy days. He keeps hopping when it is. Perhaps you recognize them. Perhaps you don't. The point is this. Like most of us, they are not winding the clock. The clock is winding them. Time is running them, or running out on them. They, like most of us, could profit by learning to manage their time so that they could get the most out of each day. How about you? Take your next 8 hours, for example. Can you say right now what you'll do with each of those 8 hours to make them count for you? At the end of those 8 hours, will you be able to look back and truthfully say to yourself, "I couldn't have used those 8 hours any better than I did"? We'll all agree, I'm sure, that there are salesmen who don't need a budget to spend money wisely, and there are some who don't need a plan to spend time wisely. But most of us do need to plan our time, and even some who think they don't need it the most. All too often we think of time management in terms of efficiency experts, time and motion study men, or simply starting work earlier and quitting later. But that's not what we're after here. A man may shave with his right hand, eat breakfast with his left, prop the morning paper up against the coffee pot, and get ulcers rather than more money for his efforts. Let's face it, you can over-organize your time, too. You can pack too much into an hour or a day and actually get less out of it. You're a man, not a machine. You can't expect to operate with the steady precision of a watch, accounting for every second. What you can expect from a good plan for managing your time is a track to run on. It's the straightest line and the shortest between 2 points, between you and more profitable selling. It's up to you to avoid the detours, the dead ends, the scenic routes. That's personal time management, and it's a heck of a good way to operate. And to operate that way, you need a timetable, a schedule, a plan. You've got to know where you're at now, where you want to go, what you have to do to get there, and most important, the most efficient and most effective ways of doing the necessary things to get where you're going. In short, a plan. Plan your work and work your plan. This is one of the oldest truths in the selling profession. But it's amazing how it works when you work it. And therein lies the key. A key that only you can turn. Sure, your manager can give you direction, but in putting your time to work for you, you are your own best manager. Only you know how to make the fullest and best use of your time. Only you can make the decision to open that door to better time management and do it. And when you do, you'll be opening the door to a new world of benefits, advantages, and profits. Through better managing of your time, you open the door to greater professional stature. Providing your own time discipline helps you gain control, command over all the elements of your job. It helps you run your show. Time management also leads to greater personal satisfaction that comes from a job well done, from a feeling of greater accomplishment, and from more enjoyment in your work. A feeling of self-assurance stems from knowing you're on top of your job. The increased confidence that means increased effectiveness in your selling. Greater respect from family, friends, prospects, your owners, fellow salesmen, and from management goes to you when you operate like a real pro. Better relationships with others, both on the job and in the home, often follow. When the pressure of the clock is lifted, you tend to get along better with people, and you avoid energy-sapping attitudes, frustration, pessimism, defeatism. This, in turn, promotes better physical and mental well-being. If you feel better, you do better. More effective use of your time on the job gives you more time for living a rich and full life off the job. Finally, better managing of your time brings you more sales, higher earnings, because your time and energy are not wasted in unproductive, unprofitable activities. You have more time to prepare for sales and more time for actual face-to-face selling. And that's the name of the game. If you are to be master of your own destiny, you must first be master of your own time. Oddly enough, it isn't a matter of working harder once managing your time has become your regular pattern. It has been called a matter of working smarter. And it isn't a matter of putting in longer hours. In fact, midnight oil is often the penalty of poor time management throughout the day. At first, however, you'll have to spend time to save time. It involves 3 steps that only you can take. First, you have to decide to do it, to start managing your time. Second, you have to sit down and work out a way to do it, to plan it. Third, you have to follow through continuously until managing your time profitably becomes rooted in habit. Decide, plan, and follow through. The trick is overcoming that old bugaboo we all have, inertia. Knowing that you can benefit from organizing and scheduling your time won't help unless you do something about it. If you still have any doubts about whether you need to do something, ask yourself this question again. Am I spending every hour of my working day as profitably as I can? If you can't answer immediately with a good solid yes, then you need to take a closer look at the way you are spending those expensive hours on the job. Then do something about what you see. I've talked for about 10 minutes. I've used your time to tell you why managing your time for profit is important to you. Now, the time is all yours. So now, take the time to examine your own working hours to see how you can manage them better to profit more.